On Sunday, we will face Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Our team is not good enough. We will lose. Adam, is that true?
No.
Thanks very much. Johnny, any thoughts?
No.
Brilliant. Thanks very much.
I'm kidding. Look, this is a really well-drilled side. Mourinho's teams are always incredibly well-organised. They completely play for him. They're really motivated by him. And this is why a lot of players in the world want to come to play for Jose Mourinho at Chelsea or Real Madrid, wherever he is. They've got better individuals than us, and I think they're a better first team at the moment. They certainly play for each other, which we don't quite do yet. I mean, there's been signs of it, but we're not quite into that positive run just yet. I don't think we'll lose, but I think also some of the preventative players that could stop us from losing, like Phil Jones, are not fit. And the likes of Nemanja Vidic, seen better days than he has this season. He's the type of back-to-the-wall defender that could save us in this match, so we might struggle, yeah.
Anything you want to add, Adam?
Well, as Johnny was saying, that it's going to be a bit of a backs-to-the-walls job. I can't see that happening. Chelsea aren't that much of an attacking side. We saw them come to Old Trafford, start with no strikers. Their strike force isn't up to much. Torres used to be the best striker in the Premier League. Then Babar was up there. Eto'o used to be one of the best strikers in the world. And right now, they're not. So our strike force, even with Robin Van Persie out, is better. The worry for me is they've got a lot more game winners in the midfield. And they've got the likes of Ramirez, who can break up play for them. And he always comes up with a crucial goal as well. So a bit of a worry. With Darren Fletcher back, though, if we can get him playing alongside Carey, I'll feel a little bit more happy about that. But if you've got Rooney back, we've got a chance. But Chelsea are of course, going to be favourites for this, especially with their home record and their form this season.
We'll speak about Rooney in a moment. You mentioned Darren Fletcher just there, Adam. How important is he to the rest of our season?
I think if you just forget about Darren Fletcher for the minute, a central midfielder is important to our season, and Darren Fletcher is one of those. Not only that, he brings us someone that, forget about his footballing abilities, he fights for that shirt, he fights for the badge. You've seen how hard he wants to come back and play for Manchester United, and that's what we've been crying out for out there. I was watching us against Sunderland the other week, and I was looking at John O'Shea and Wes Brown, and it might be a sign of how bad we've got, but I was thinking, you know what, these players could do something for us now, and they're the kind of players that we need. So Darren Fletcher, first and foremost, has brought us a player that wants to fight for that shirt, and we need it. I saw him bollocking Kagawa and other players, like making them get into position and stuff, and we need that. So that, firstly, his leadership skills are excellent. But as a player, his passing's tidy. He gives it to the attacking players, and he breaks up a lot of play as well. And he's always niggling at players, like just, being a nuisance. So he's important to our midfield, and he gives Carrick a foil, perfect foil as well. So he's a very good player.
Okay, talking about players returning to the team, Wayne Rooney may be fit for this one. JB, Rooney still hasn't told us he wants to be a United player in the future, that he even wants to be a United player this season, but he is working very hard. Do you think there's still a chance of him joining Chelsea next year?
Sadly, I think there is. It's really hard to look past it. I mean, if you wanted to stay, you would have come out and said something, wouldn't you? Instead of early on in the season getting aggravated and frustrated with the questions. I think it was after the England international, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Then getting his head down and working really hard. Call me a cynic, but for me, it looks like he's putting himself in the shop window for Chelsea. I mean, is that going to be to our advantage of this weekend? Is he going to say, Jose, look how great I am? I don't know, but then again, you'd want your best player back in the team, wouldn't you? But an unfit Rooney is half the player. And he gets frustrated and he gets booked. He could get sent off. He kicks his toys out the pram a bit.
Don't forget angry and confused.
Angry and confused, yeah. If that's it, it could well be angry and confused. So this is the team I want to join. It could happen.
Yeah, Matt, what do you think?
United won't sell Wayne Rooney to Chelsea unless Juan Mata came in the other direction.
Well, what if his contract runs down back and it's just it's a free agent in the summer?
Then, that's his choice, but I can't see us selling him. If we sell him in the summer, we're going to get, 20, 25 million? And that's basically giving them 30 goals a season. So, I can't see us selling him, and I don't think we would. I think we'd dig our heels in and send him abroad like we did with Gabriel Heinze.
Would there not be a point soon, though, where if he wanted, he could buy out the rest of his contract with a year left? He could go in the summer on his own steam anyway. He could pay for himself to go there.
I'll tell you something about Wayne Rooney. I don't care, to be honest, anymore. I've gone beyond the point of caring. He's an amazing player. He's gave us some great moments, and he's contributed massively to our success. But if a football player, whether he's Wayne Rooney, Tom Cleverley, or whoever, Sam Johnston, doesn't want to be there, then they can just go. We don't need players. We want players that are fighting for Manchester United's badge and fighting for the cause. And although he does put 110% in week out, he doesn't want to be here. Let him go, man. We don't need to be bending over backwards for him.
Absolutely perfect sentiment. Well done. And we definitely don't want another transfer window when we spend all our time and energies chasing a player who's already ours and making sure they want to stay. Would you play Wayne Rooney on Sunday? JB, what's your starting lineup?
I'm going to go with De Gea, of course. Who else? Raphael, right back. Smalling, right side of central defence. Evans, left side, and Evra at the left-hand side of full-back. And then across the middle, I'm going to have to put Rooney in midfield and pack it with a 3. Fletcher holding, Carrick in the middle, Rooney slightly advanced, but I also want him to be helping out because I think Jose is going to pack the midfield as well, probably with David Luiz, Ramirez, and Oscar as the playmaker. On the wings, Valencia, I can see, I really hate the guy. He's appalling, but I can see his pace being a real advantage against Ashley Cole, he's 33 now. He's definitely lost a yard of pace. We saw against Hull at the weekend that El Mohammadi had like a couple of one-on-one foot races with him and beat him relatively easily. I think if we're going to get any kind of joy, it's going to be down the wings. And on the opposite side, to that same remark, Januzaj up against Azpilicueta. I don't think he's the best defender. He's quite good going forward, but I think he could get past and put in a dink in a couple of balls. And up front, it's going to be that man DW, Danny Welbeck. Great form.
Danny Welbeck ahead of Hernandez, who has a great record against Chelsea.
Yes, well, I think Hernandez could be really important off the bench, depending on what the results is. Just hope David Moyes gets his subs right this time. It's been a bit hit and miss.
Cool. Adam, David Moyes has never beaten a top 4 side away from home. Who would you play this Sunday to make sure that happens?
I'd go with, obviously, De Gea in goal. Raphael and Evra as our fullbacks. Evans and Vidic, I believe Evans should be back for that game. So Evans at centre-back alongside Vidic. I think Chris Smalling, I know in past seasons he's played very well at centre-back in some big games, but his passing ability is worrying me there at the moment, and his ability to come out of defence with the ball, and I think Evans does that excellently. Then I go with Carrick and Fletcher as the 2 central midfielders, with Wayne Rooney just ahead of them in the hole. Valencia and Kagawa out wide. Before all these hipsters get on my back here about Kagawa playing out wide, I've also put Welbeck up top as the main striker. But the reason I put Kagawa there, I believe he has to get used to that position if he wants to be a success at Manchester United, especially if we keep Rooney. But also because I think we play our best football when Kagawa, Welbeck, Valencia, Rooney are all interchanging. And if we can get them doing that, we'll cause them a lot of problems as well. As you said, I think Valencia can be a threat against Chelsea and use his pace, especially on the break. We saw that, when he's on the break and he's got space to run into, is a threat. So Valencia there. And Januzaj, I'd put him on the bench.
Surprising that you would put Januzaj on the bench. Also, I'm with you about Smalling. I think he is the ultimate example right now of the lack of confidence our squad has. Yeah. Like with against Spurs, Adebayor's header didn't even challenge for it, doesn't even jump. He's just gone in the head. So let's move on to Chelsea. Who are the players that are going to cause us problems?
You can't look past Eden Hazard, can you really? He's been the best player. He's the top scorer. 9 goals this season. It's pretty ridiculous. I think then Ramirez, I think Adam alluded to him before. No, he's got the Kenyan.
Hey, JB!
Running, but he carries it. Yeah, mate?
Is Hazard their top scorer with 9?
Yeah.
Danny Wells has got 8. It's going to be easy, lads.
Of course it is. The guy your next top scorer on 6 is Oscar. But I think they tend to score from range, those two. And I think David Hay is like a really good shot stopper. So I think that bodes quite well for us. Apart from that, I think, it's like Willian's quite tricky on the wing, but he's probably not direct enough. He doesn't have enough pace to really bother Evra. Hopefully he has a good day, Evra, and he's up for it. But I think them dominating the midfield and playing loads of like short, nice passes and creating opportunities could be, the thing we've got to be scared about, to be honest.
Adam, you look absolutely desperate to get involved in this conversation. How do we stop them?
I just wanted to mention Welbeck, because I love that.
Danny
Welbeck, you know what? He's got a special place in my heart. He's the only one that plays for the badge. And I know we're talking about Chelsea right now, but Danny Welbeck is that guy. But
yes.
Chelsea.
So come on, how do we stop him, Adam?
Chelsea, I think Darren Fletcher's important in this game, and Carrick needs to keep the ball. If them two can keep the ball and get Wayne Rooney, Kagawa, and Valencia into the game, and of course that guy, then we may do well. But I think Eden Hazard's an obvious one that we have to watch. Oscar, that is an amazing talent. He may be a little bit lightweight, but he's classy. He reminds me of Januzaj, but obviously he's a different kind of footballer. But in terms that he's not scared of anything or anybody. And that's a great attitude to have. But Ramirez, he always seems to get crucial goals. And
he does,
if I was going to put money on someone to score for Chelsea, it'd be him.
Okay. All right, that was it. So let's talk about predictions. Adam, what do you think?
Adam?
1-1.
1-1. Jonathan Booth.
I thought he left us. I'm going to be 1-1 as well.
Yeah, I don't see how we can win this game, but I hope we do. So for the sake of nothing, I'll predict 2-2. So, Chelsea on Sunday, I'm going to say what we're all thinking. If we don't win, is that the Champions League dream over? We can't keep dropping points to everybody. Let us know what you think. Write it down below. That would be awesome. Let's get a little debate going. Give us a like. That would be really friendly. And also subscribe.